Welcome to Scam Squad. I'm Patty Teal here again with Deputy District Attorney Vicki Johnson to tell us about a scam to watch out for. Welcome, Vicki.
Hi, Patty. Well, as usual, this started with a call on my fraud hotline from a gentleman that I'm going to call Tom, which is not his real name. And he was taken in by what I am calling the too good to be true offer. And I'm sure we've all had these. This one was supposedly coming from DirecTV. Now, Patty, this is the second one of these calls that I've received reporting this scam. So I thought I'd better warn our listeners. I did invite Tom to appear on the show. And he said he found it in his heart to forgive this scammer and would rather leave this whole incident behind him instead of reliving it again.
Well, that's a very gracious attitude, and I can understand. Boy, my dogs are barking just now. Do you mind if I just go see what's going on with them? We'll start right here on my part. Hold on.
No problem. Okay. All right.
I warned the dogs very sternly.
Okay.
I'm sure right now. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that, Chuck. We're on my part here. Here we are. Okay. Well, that's really kind of him and a nice attitude to take. And I'm sure retelling the story could stir up some bad emotions. So how did it all start?
Well, let me set the stage by saying that Tom and his wife live in a very large home with lots of TVs. In fact, it sounds like there's a TV in every room. So Tom got a phone call from someone claiming to be from DirecTV, and the caller told Tom that he was, quote, looking to give him some incentives. He said that Tom could get his TV service for 3 years at half the price that he was currently paying if Tom was willing to pay 6 months up front. So 6 months up front, and then he would only pay half price for 3 years. And the company would add HBO, Cinemax, and the football channel.
Well, I understand that is an enticing offer, why he might have been tempted to take him up on it. But it might be a red flag to pay 6 months up front.
Yes, and Tom, however, was definitely interested and wanted more information. So the caller switched him to somebody that he identified as the, quote, head of finance, who explained to him that he would have to pay the 6 months up front with a gift card.
Gift card. Well, there's our big red flag. If there's one thing you've learned listening to this show is never pay for any business item with a gift card. And if Tom had been listening to the show, those warning bells would have gone off and he would have known it was a scam.
And just so you know, Patty, I've encouraged Tom and his wife to listen in the future. So the amount that he had to pay was $800. He went to Michael's and was able to actually get a gift card in that amount. So he called the scammer, gave the scammer the numbers on the card, and thought the transaction had been completed. But shortly thereafter, the scammer called him back and said, for some reason, the numbers that Tom gave him off the card didn't work. He couldn't access the money off the card.
So the scammer created a problem. I know that they're known to do that, create a problem so that then they can help solve it. Did he have a solution?
He did. He told Tom to go back to the store and get another card for $800, which would cover the $800 that he originally sent. The scammer said that once he got the $800, he would return the original $800 by UPS overnight. So Tom thought that made sense. He did that, called the scammer with the numbers on the back of the new card, The scammer gave Tom the APS tracking number for the return of the original $800 by UPS.
But I'm assuming he never got the $800 back.
Well, that's correct, but here's what's strange. The next day, Tom turned on his TV and he had HBO and Cinemax, something that he had never had before. The scammer called and said, "We need to send someone out to your house to install some equipment. How many receivers do you have?" Now, Tom didn't know. So the scammer said, "Well, I'm going to call DirecTV and find out. For some reason, they'll know." And he did call DirecTV with Tom on the other line. But here's where things kind of went sideways for the scammer. The woman at DirecTV called Tom back and told him that this was a scam. And she also confronted the scammer, who then quickly hung up.
It is an unusual scam involving DirecTV. They're kind of being scammed as well, it sounds like. Anyway, what did Tom do?
Well, after talking to the representative from DirecTV, he changed his password. He then called the scammer to find out what was going on, and guess what? He discovered that that number was disconnected. So Tom was out $1,600 because, of course, there was no problem at all with the numbers on the first card that he did.
Yeah, and you mentioned another call you received involving the same kind of scam. Was it the same scenario as this one, Vicki?
Pretty close. Again, the caller said he was from DirecTV and he offered a reduced rate for 3 years with, of course, an upfront payment. The caller said that DirecTV had teamed up with eBay to offer this package, and that victim just needed to go to one of the participating merchants to get eBay gift cards. And the scammer, interestingly enough, had his TV account number.
And did he follow through and get the eBay gift cards?
Yes, he actually ended up going to CVS pharmacy and getting the gift cards and then calling the scammer with the numbers. And then he was told, after the scammer took down the numbers, "You have to go back. You went to the wrong store. We can't use these."
So the same MO. Something was wrong with the cards, and the victim needed to go back and get new ones.
That's right. But Patty, this story actually has a better ending. The victim figured out that he was being scammed. He called eBay, and eBay was somehow able to intercept the 3 cards that he had purchased before they could be cashed.
Wow, that is a very nice ending. Obviously, the victim in this case worked very quickly once he figured out he was being taken in by a scam.
That's right. And here's what's kind of interesting. I think I'm getting these same kinds of calls. I'm getting messages telling me that I qualify for some kind of a great deal on my TV account, and I don't even have DirecTV. Now, I always delete these messages before I even listen to what they're offering, but it's starting to sound very familiar. And out of curiosity, I Googled this scam and found out that it's been around for a very long time and it's quite widespread.
So again, there's a scenario, there's kind of a pattern that they're using. One, use gift cards, which we know we should never do, then create a problem with the gift cards, and then offer a solution, which ends up being taking your money and not a solution at all.
Right, exactly. So I just thought it was really important to let our listeners know that this scam is out there. It seems to be targeting people in Santa Barbara right now. So just be aware, if somebody makes you an offer that is too good to be true, it is, and it's a scam. So now,
Yes,
Patty,
yes.
I did get some good news today. I got a bulletin from the Department of Justice. So this is straight off the presses, so to speak. And apparently there has been a meeting between the Department of Justice and the Central Bureau of Investigation of Government of India. And we know that a lot of the scams that we are falling prey to originate out of India. So it sounds like our Department of Justice is trying to get together with the Central Bureau of Investigation in India to see if they can collaborate to put a stop to some of these scams, particularly the ones that are originating in India. So apparently in their meetings, here's what it says: the parties affirmed their shared commitment to strengthen cooperation in combating crime, specifically with respect to efforts to investigate and prosecute cyber-enabled financial frauds and global telemarketing frauds, which is what we are talking about here, including international robocalls and communications. Sounds great, and let's hope that something good comes from it.
Well, let's hope so. I know it seems so hard to solve some of these things when people are so far away, but with them working together with the United States, maybe something will come of it.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Thank you so much, Vicki. And we look forward to hearing your warning next week. And I know that you're helping a lot of people.
Oh, thank you, Patty.
Thank you. And would you give your fraud hotline number before we part?
I will. Yes. Area code 805-568-2442. And again, I'll repeat it. 805-568-2442.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
Bye, Patty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there were a few little stumbles there, but we got through it.
It was my mouth. And I'm trying to look down and then say it and not be reading it. But then I'm like, what was I saying?
Yeah, I know. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah. No, I think we're doing good work though. I like it a lot. Yeah. Good. All right. Okay. So until next week then.
Next week, and I have a guest next week. So.
Oh, good. I always enjoy having guests.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Thanks,
Thank
Patty.
you. Bye.
Bye.